Hello, I am Richard A. Boxall, and this is my short and almost daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily-ish.
You're listening to the diary of a wannabe writer, Season 3.
Hello, it's Wednesday the 24th of June 2026. Welcome to the show. It's been a very, very, very long day today. So I woke up in Japan at about, let me try and get this right, it was about 9 o'clock local time, which was 1 a.m. here, so 22 hours and 18 minutes ago. And what I did was I basically went and had breakfast. I just had a toastie at a local coffee shop rather than go to the buffet at the hotel because I've actually eaten quite sensibly the last few days and I wanted to kind of keep that up. So I did that. Went back to my room, went to iron my uniform and realised that although they give us an iron, they don't give us an ironing board. So I had to phone one down. But luckily, because I think I'd realised before all the other crew woke up because our alarm call was 10. Anyway, so I got my request for an ironing board in before everybody woke up, and some people, I'm kind of being the only one who woke up and realised there wasn't one in the room, only at that point. Anyway, ironed the uniform, and then, oh God, I'm so tired. Then basically, got ready for the flight home. Flight was a long one. It came in at nearly 15 hours. In fact, it's really interesting, as I said, because we're not allowed to fly over Russian airspace. Or the Russians don't let us or whatever, it's not considered safe. What they did, very unusually, so Tokyo back to London, when we fly, we go over Europe and that way. But when we come back, we basically continue going. Because coming back the same way we went actually takes a lot longer and it's quicker to continue going over, Alaska and America and back across that way. Crazy, isn't it? So that's what we did. So in the last 96 hours, I've literally circumnavigated the planet, going one way to Tokyo from London and then continuing back in the same direction, basically. Anyway, the flight was hard work, but it was fun. It went really, really quickly. I got a 4-hour, 10-minute break, during which I definitely got some sleep, thankfully, because I don't think I'd have managed to get home without having to rest otherwise. And we landed pretty much on time, and I'd bought some things for some friends of mine, for a friend of mine that she'd asked me to buy, which was fine. So I'd checked in a bag. It wasn't only me. One of the flight crew had checked in a bag, and another 3 cabin crew checked in a bag. Unfortunately, it appears that at some point today at Heathrow, the baggage carousel system broke down. The baggage system broke down, probably because of the heat. So we didn't get our bags for an hour, which actually didn't seem too bad, because when we got down the escalator and into the baggage reclaim area, they were doing a PA that said it could be 2 or 3 hours, which isn't really what you want to hear. Oh, another thing I thought I'd mention, which is vaguely amusing. When we opened the door of the plane, which, you do, because you have to let passengers and yourselves off, there was this blast of heat. And honest to God, it was like the kind of same blast of heat you get in the Middle East, but it was at Heathrow. So that was fun. Anyway, got our bags back. We only had to wait about an hour because I think whatever happened with the Heathrow cargo system, they managed to get it sorted out. And I wondered if somebody I was with speculated maybe they said it would be 2 to 3 hours, hoping it would actually be better than that, and kind of setting you up for the worst, and actually knowing it probably quicker that. I don't know. Anyway, got my bag back in an hour, which wasn't, after all the time I've been awake, wasn't great, but it wasn't too bad. And then I drove home. I nearly had a little rest, because I'm not being funny. I'd been on my feet a long time, been on the go a long time. I did get a little bit of sleep, but it was a very, very long day. And So I think I was back at the car by, must have been just after 9:30, and I got home not long after 11 o'clock at night. So, as I say, my alarm woke me up at 1 a.m. and I've just managed to stop, so 22 hours later. So I am very, very tired, but I'm home. I've got 3 days off now. I didn't do any writing today. You'll be surprised about that one here. Hopefully tomorrow I will get some writing done. Got 3 days off, and then I'm on my favourite Singapore-Sydney trip, which I've said before is usually fairly conducive for me doing writing. Not always, but it's usually a fairly good one for it. So that's about it. There's not really much else I can say, except for the fact that I've got to fill another 31 seconds. I didn't get, obviously when I was away, I didn't get any chapters signed off. I would like to get 28 signed off. I mean, I'm not working, so once I clear from this next trip, my Singapore-Sydney, which is on the 6th, I'm then done for the rest of July. One of the things I need to achieve in July is getting the last 3 chapters written, I think. I think that has to happen. In fact, what I'd really like to do, set myself a little task, try and get the next chapter signed off before I finish my Singapore-Sydney, and then only leave me 2 for that period when I'm not working. Anyway, I'm knackered. I'll talk to you at some point tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by me, Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my cogitative considerations, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree on linktr.ee/Richard Writes. Capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.